Thank you for staying with us. For a cities sitting below sea level like Lagos, a torrential rainfall means one thing: flooding. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, said some residents were rescued from flooding that took some parts of Lagos on Monday. The Lagos Torrential Office Coordinator of NEMA, Ibrahim Fariloye, said more than 66 buildings were taken over by flood in the city due to the downpour, but the owner of the building... Now, Mujid, on Sunday, we were having journalists here, and immediately after we finished, around 3:30, I don't know the exact time that rain started, and we stepped out and we saw the velocity, and for like an hour back to back, it was raining ferociously, and I knew that, look, this is trouble in Lagos. Anytime it rains like that in Lagos.
Yeah, it's the heavens actually opened up since Sunday, and up till the wee hours of this morning, we are still feeling it. And most of my friends living in Lambe, Akute, that axis, they have been working from home, and it's been really, really heavy. It's not unexpected at this time of the year. Both NEMA and the NIMETs,
okay.
They have actually warned Lagosians. But then it is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. We should understand that. In Pakistan, the kind of flooding they have seen this year, flash floods. So it's not something that is peculiar to Nigeria. And nobody should talk about the drains that are clogged or whatever. It is just natural. I mean, when you have this amount of rainfall, and this is the season, Lagos is above sea level, but one good thing is that 2-3 hours after this downpour, most of this water would find its level into the lagoon. So, about the Maryland issue, yeah, I think there were reports by NEMA and Lasema that even the landlord of the building had to escape using a ladder while 9 people were rescued from the building. These are things that occur regularly, especially in Mende area, Lekki, then Agege. I mean, these things happen there from time to time. So it's not something that is new. I recall on Saturday, a lot of people will not observe Eid prayers. I mean, if they couldn't even have the post-Salah, that Saturday morning, it was heavy. So, I mean, similar to what happened on Sunday.
Now, when you look at the situation in Lagos State, the population and Lagos State being below sea level, but residents, over 20 million people, we've not gotten it right in terms of, government constructing drainages all over, and we even taking care of our drainages across the board. When it's raining, it's an opportunity for some people to actually carry their refuse and throw it to clog the drainage.
I think around July 9, we had a similar heavy.
That was on Salah. That was Salah day.
Yeah, and it's rained for days unending. And I remember that the situation was almost the same as what we had this last Sunday. Well, like Mojid said, it's a global phenomenon. In Pakistan, close to 500 children are lost into the flood. Yeah. That the UN Secretary General even had to travel to Islamabad. Yeah. And then we have had reports about sinking cities. Lagos is one of them. Venice, in fact, Jakarta. Indonesia is planning to relocate. They are budgeting about $34 billion to relocate to
by the year 2050, those cities are at risk of, they are actually below sea level.
Yeah, below sea level. However, there are domestic objective conditions, in each country. One of the problems we have in Lagos, is that Lagos is experiencing an outpouring of migrants, which is due to so many factors. The conflict in the Middle Belt, the crisis in the Maghreb region. Lagos is now seen as the safest place. Even people from Abuja, they are relocating to Lagos. And I think in 2017 or thereabout, one commissioner in Lagos said there are about 6,000, people that come to Lagos every day. And if you look at the economic situation in 2017, it wasn't
densely populated.
But now, I think the former governor said 86 people in 1 minute. So now 2017 to 2022.
86 people in 1 minute.
In 1 minute.
2017.
Yes. And we are talking about 6,000 people in a day. Now, probably we are talking about 7,000 people coming to Lagos. Some people just leave their communities and just coming to Lagos. Some don't have relations, but they will always find a place to put their head.
Next destination.
And I think in the entire Southwest, we believe that there's no family there's no person that hasn't got a relation in Lagos. So people are trooping here. And I think that's why we should not see it as just a challenge for Lagos State government alone. We have been making demands that there is a need for compensation to the state of Lagos. Since the capital was moved several years back, nothing was paid to the state government. And increasingly...
Or a special status has been agitated for...
what is happening in Northeast, where people are being displaced, most of those were also coming back here. So the Lagos State government needs to be assisted by the federal government in terms of special intervention funds to be able to deal with these overwhelming challenges that we are facing every day. So I think we also have problems of people not obeying town planning laws. People just build anyhow. They don't have regulations. They don't have respect
building to obstruct drainages.
Yeah, to obstruct drainages and our attitude to sanitation.
Right of ways.
Waste disposal system. So these are some of the things that can also be traced to individual living habits. And I hope that...
I think Lagos State government, they have to be more decisive in terms of implementation and enforcement of, the right of ways, drainages, canal, and everything. Everybody wants to become the landlord in Lagos. So anything under the transmission pole, you see people erecting structure just at all costs.
Beyond that, the Lagos is the smallest state in terms of land mass.
Yes, in Nigeria.
It's the smallest in Nigeria. And now it's the state that has witnessed the highest level of rural-urban migration, like Wale said. So everybody believes that until they come to Lagos, they can't make it. So there has been that influx. And apart from that, because of the level of insecurity in the other parts of the country, Lagos has become like a safe haven. The land mass is not increasing. More people are coming in. So there's a lot of pressure on the infrastructure. So the kind of waste that is generated as an increase in the level of waste that has been generated, which most of 20 or 30% of this waste goes into drainage holes to block them. So the Ministry of Environment and the special department that was created for drainages, which is headed by Joe Ibokwe, they are doing a hell of a job, but then it's like
they're overwhelmed.
Drain dogs. So it's the federal government must come to the assistance of the Lagos State government by making Lagos that special status and by giving Lagos the resources to be able to cater with this. And I think we should thank God that we don't have that kind of calamity, especially with the response from NEMA, LASEMA, and other agencies of government that are assisting in rescuing victims at this kind of times. I mean, the NEMA and LASEMA were there like a jiffy to rescue a lot, to most of these residents.
Finally, before we leave this, there's a dam they used to open in Osun State. Maybe, I don't know, is it on your dam? At any point in time,
Ogun.
When they open that dam, there's always a ripple effect. Agboyike to Alakpere, that acts as
even right from Kara.
Yes,
from
a
Kara,
lot of areas that the Lagos State government would have told people that people should vacate those areas.
They have not opened it yet.
They always give warnings, But the reality is that where are people going to migrate to? But I think one solution is that we need more of regional cooperation, between the southwest states, because Lagos is the outpost to many states, from here to all the regional states. And so I think that's why we have the development agenda for.
How far we gone? They've been so quiet.
They are doing a lot in terms of creating, doing research and submitting their findings to the state government. I think it's an amazing organization, because I happen to know, that about the work they are doing, and I've attended most of their programs, on several occasions.
All right.